Welcome back to Little Suburban Homestead. We've had a busy weekend so far here doing some freeze drying, and we freeze dried squash, and next is going to be peaches. We got a box of um, good, yummy peaches. We've already tried them, and we're right now making some peach cobbler out of not those peaches, but some canned peaches in our Dutch oven outside. We're going to do it in our volcano stove, and
No, this time we're just going to do. This time we're just going to do the old-fashioned way with coals on the ground and coals on the top, and this will be our first time, so we're going to do this.
My mistake. And we're also going to be doing chili for some guests coming over for a holiday get together tomorrow. And it's a homemade chili that I've been doing for many, many years. We used to take it camping when our kids were young, and so we're going to do that again. So that'll be part of this as well. But we're just going to take you along here and show you what we're doing.
So show the preparation that you've done for the.
So far we've got peaches. I add a little bit of sugar because we're making it sweet. And then we have a biscuit mix that we've made up to put on top. We don't like the cake topping. We like the biscuit.
Yeah, a lot of the YouTube videos talk about using a cheap cake mix. We've done that. Mm-hmm. It's okay, but when our kids were in the Boy Scouts, not Scouts, in the Boy Scouts, they did it all with Bisquick, and that's the way we do it here. Yep. So
I'm going to make a gluten-free version as well because we have gluten-free family members that will enjoy that.
Yeah,
for sure. So,
all right. Well, let's get out to.
That's everything for the moment.
Yeah, let's get out to the site where we're doing this. Got the coals going, and so we'll kind of take you step by step through that. Okay, so we've got our coals going. They're pretty hot. We've still got a flame going though, so I'm a little bit leery about doing them yet. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a couple on the ground here. They've not gone out, but I don't want our coals to burn out entirely. So anyway, we're going to put a few here. You don't want to get a lot. That's good enough there. And I don't really have a trivet to be able to have these sit on, but I'm going to go ahead and get our butter. I'm going to put that right there. Let that warm up. Got coals here that we want to put on the lid, and so this is warm, definitely. Today was 80 degrees or something. They were forecasting to be in the high 70s. Now all of a sudden, we've gone through a very, very hot summertime, and we've talked about why our tomatoes didn't do well this year. And as it turns out, not a lot of people's tomatoes did well. Most people's gardens didn't, but that's beside the point. Anyway, they were saying it was going to be high 70s, maybe 80. Well, now all of a sudden this week they're saying it's going to be mid 80s to high 80s again. So here we kind of go. And tomorrow is September 1st. So yeah, it's been kind of interesting. But we're going to let that warm up. We're going to put our butter in first, get the butter all melted, and then we're going to put our Bisquick mix in. We like Bisquick better than anything else because it makes good biscuits. It just makes good peach cobbler. And so then we'll put that in, and then we'll put the peaches in, and we'll go ahead and get that started. So we'll be right back. Okay, so the butter melted. I'll tell you what, it only took maybe about 2 minutes of that sitting on top of those coals. So my Dutch oven is not sitting on the coals. Some videos you see, they have them sitting on the coals. We've had kind of adverse effects for that. Mainly it burns the bottom. So we've got this elevated up and the butter's in there. So we're going to go ahead and stick in our batter now. Get that all scraped out. We were, by the way, you see Franny wandering around here. We were making bread this morning, as we normally do every week. And it wasn't rising quite right because the house was kind of cool last night, so the first rise wasn't the way I wanted it, and so we set it outside so that it would rise better during the second rise. And I know most of you know where this is going. It was on the picnic table outside, and I came back, just uh, wanting to get the bread in the oven because I knew it was about risen just about right. And I looked out the back patio door and I said, "Where's the bread?" And we looked out, and the box that the bread pans were in was laying on the ground. And you guessed it, Franny had gotten into it and eaten about half of the dough. So she does not get her snack tonight at all. Okay, so now we've got the dough in there.
No, the glass pan didn't break.
Didn't break.
Thankfully.
So there's the dough, and here's the peaches, and we put a little cinnamon in there too, which ought to be really good. Now,
and nutmeg.
Yeah, okay, that'll work too. Now we're gonna go ahead, put the lid on. We're gonna put coals around here. It's actually, the Dutch oven actually works better. Sorry about the airplane. We live near, actually we don't live near the local airport. It's quite a ways, but they like to direct the pattern over us in the evening. Yay. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and let that cook, and we'll check it in about 15 minutes, see how it's doing. What we're gonna do is we're going to rotate the Dutch oven about halfway. In about 10 minutes, we're going to rotate the Dutch oven so that way any hot spots will get cooler. Cooler hot spots will be, the cool spots will get hot. We're also going to rotate the lid in case. So we'll rotate the pot like clockwise, and then the lid counterclockwise a half, and so that way you get an even cooking. So anyway, we'll be right back.
You want to spread the coals out?
So what I've done here too is I moved some of the coals to the outside. We want a slower rise. We don't want to bake that Bisquick too fast. It could burn. You need to have the Bisquick be able to rise. So I've got a couple of coals right underneath it, and I've got the rest of them around the perimeter here. So now most of your heat is going to be from the lid anyway. So I wanted to kind of point that out, because if we had all the coals under there at first, and I forgot to point that out, that we got the pot hot, and now we want to move some of them out here. So I did, and they're just kind of supplying that heat on the outside edge there. So, and there, we talk about moving the pot. Since I've got bricks here that are kind of shielding the sides here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the pot probably a quarter of a turn, not a whole half. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. All right, let's go ahead and kind of pull the top off there. It's been almost 10 minutes. And so, pliers. Yeah, I know. We should be having something like the professionals do, where pull it off. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Ooh, that's turning up pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. So along those lines, don't drop your pliers. That's a little bit too hot to touch. So we're going to go ahead and rotate this now. About 45 degrees. All right. Not 45. Not 45. About 15, something like that. And we're going to go ahead and turn our lid about half. So anyway, awesome. We like to sit out here and outside and do our we'll tell them what we do here. Sorry, allergy season again.
So in the summertime, at least, we have a really nice patio, so we enjoy that very much. We have a small house and need to move along in the summertime, so we can enjoy the outdoors. And we do a daily Bible reading. and just thought we'd include you in for just a little bit of this.
We would hope that you'd listen. If you don't want to, you can fast forward. But we just appreciate you guys tuning in to our channel anyway. But this is kind of what homesteading is all about: is faith, family, guns, radios, things like that. We won't get too much into the guns part of it. There's a lot of channels that do. But anyway, go ahead.
So we're in 1 Corinthians right now. 11:17 through 34 is what we're reading tonight. But in giving this instruction, I do not praise you, because you come together not for the better, but for the worse. For in the first place, when you come together as a church, I hear that divisions exist among you, and in part I believe it. For there must also be factions among you, so that those who are approved may become evident among you. Therefore, when you meet together, it is not to eat the Lord's Supper, for in your eating, each one takes his own supper first, and one is hungry and another is drunk. What? Do you not have houses in which to eat and drink? Or do you despise the church of God and shame those who have nothing? What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you? In this I will not praise you. And I didn't pick this passage. This is from the Bible we are in. They have I read through the Bible in a year calendar. So
I can hear that. I can hear that peach cobbler sizzling and everything.
yeah,
So, guys, we'll give it a few more minutes. Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes, and we'll take it off. But we wanted to do it this way too, because you could do this. Anybody can pick up a Dutch oven. I recommend that you get one that's already seasoned. We've had this one for a number of years. And she mentioned that we're doing it in a volcano stove. Yes, you can do it in the volcano stove.
Yeah, we've done that before. Right?
But we wanted to be able to do it as simple as possible. We always try to give you guys videos on the simplest way to do things possible, at least the least cost and stuff like that. So, but yeah, let's wait a few more minutes and we'll get right back to it.
So we're going to read in Psalms as well, Psalm 133 and 134. They're just very short. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious oil upon the head, coming down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, coming down upon the edge of his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon, coming down upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, life forever. Psalm 134. Behold, bless the Lord, all servants of the Lord, who serve by night in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands to the sanctuary and bless the Lord. May the Lord bless you from Zion, he who made heaven and earth. Amen.
Cool. All right. Well, it's been 20 minutes now. So let's go ahead and take a peek here and see what we've got going. This is going to be really good. So hope we got a good camera angle here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it looks
Look at that.
perfect.
So this has been 20 minutes, guys. Okay, so we rotated it at 10, and we're going to go ahead and take it off the fire right now, because it's going to continue to cook as long as the Dutch oven is hot. So we want to get this off.
See, it's bubbling. It's been cooking in there really nicely.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and shake off the coals. We're on our side driveway here, and we want to get rid of these coals. We don't want any more cooking.
Nope.
And so we'll come back here, put this on here like that. Oh, it just smells amazing. This was so easy to make. So this is called early cheap Harbor Freight channel locks. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and take that off. Set that over here on the dirt. So if you can kind of get an idea of what I did here, just had a couple of briquettes underneath, and the rest were on the perimeter. Just a couple of bricks and some flagstones stuck on there. So anyway, yeah. So that's it for the peach cobbler. Unfortunately, you won't be able to taste it. And
we'll let you know if we approve or not.
Yeah, we'll let you know if we approve. And sorry you can't see our heads, but anyway, we'll come back tomorrow, or actually later on this evening, and we'll put the chili together that we're going to have tomorrow. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We are now starting to work on the chili. we are just going to brown the hamburger. We bought this from a private rancher with really very good beef that we had ground into hamburger.
We had everything
And
ground, steaks, prime ribs, everything.
Just took a few steaks and roasts and stuff, but a lot of hamburger. So it's really top quality. It was freeze dried, and we've rehydrated it with cooking wine and water.
So it's probably about a year old. I think it was from last year's
Yes,
cow.
it was last year. So we're going to brown this. It was raw that we freeze dried and perfectly safe, and we're going to brown it. And in the morning, early morning, we are going to get it all into the crock pot to cook while we're away.
Let's go ahead and get it into the pan. They can see what it actually looks like.
Yeah. Here we are.
Just like hamburgers. So now when you reconstitute it, it tends to look, the beef tends to be on the brown side. Mm-hmm. There's some that is
more pink,
more red there, more pink. Mm-hmm. Well, we put red, like I say, we put red cooking wine in too. So, but yeah, it's real high quality beef, and it's turned out real well. So let's get that cooking.
Good morning. We're putting chili or beans and all the ingredients into the crock pot for the chili that we're going to have later. We've got 3 kinds of beans: black, red, and pinto. And then we're going to put in our beef that we cooked up last night. And it's going to sit here on low until we get back from our event this morning. And family will be arriving too, and we're going to enjoy our chili this afternoon.
Tell them how that beef smelled when we were cooking it up.
Oh, it smelled so good. So I think we mentioned it's rehydrated with red cooking wine and water, and it just is so wonderful, that smell. So I'm sure it's going to come through this afternoon or today too. Wish we could put that in the video. But we're excited to give this a try, and we'll show you what the result looks like. And we're back with our finished chili. The house smells amazing. And this is our chili that we just finished. We're going to enjoy some yummy food this afternoon, and I hope you guys can enjoy on this Labor Day. So like and subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next one.